All right, everyone, good afternoon. This is the February 22nd meeting, Condemnation Board and Blight. Today we have myself, Phil Higgins, Sands Cleary, and Tom Conley currently present. Call the meeting to order. The time is exactly 2 p.m. Do I have approval of the January 25th minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve minutes.
I'll second those.
We have a second. Obviously all...
And comments?
Yes, comments?
So under 114 James Street, first line, I think that first where it says started paling the house, I think they mean painting the house.
Yes.
So I think that's just a correction there. But other than that, I didn't see anything else.
All right, Tom, anything?
No.
No? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye as well. In regards to today's meeting, could I get a motion to suspend the current agenda to take care of those currently on the line?
I'll motion to suspend the rules.
Second.
Okay. Why don't we start with Ms. Wren in regards to 373 Cross Highway.
Yeah,
Wren, how can we help you today?
So we're just going to call in each month in case there's any updates for us.
Okay.
So last time we met, I think, I know that your typical schedule of issuing letters gets a little disrupted with all the kind of activity going on around COVID. So just wanted to see if the letter did go out to the owner of 373 Cross Highway.
I have been in contact with the current owner. He did receive a letter or communication from the town. I believe last month we made the determination on blight.
Yep.
I'm not quite sure if he has currently received our second communication. However, he is aware of today's meeting, and he knows that he will be receiving, if he hasn't already, received additional correspondence. So,
okay, so we don't know yet if that second letter has gone out.
I don't.
Yeah, our recording secretary is out today, so we'd have to just check with her.
Okay, because that's the letter with the call to action, if you will, right?
Yeah, that's the notice of determination, which starts the clock ticking.
Yes.
So we'll have to check with Andrea.
Okay, so that's the only reason we chimed in, and we can come back next month and see if it's been received and or sent out to him, and we just thought we'd check in.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Like I've mentioned, we've been in discussion with, or at least I've had discussion with him. He knows that correspondence is on its way. So.
Perfect. Great. Thank you.
Right.
Then we'll chime off. Appreciate the update.
All right. Thank you very much for stopping by.
All right. Thanks. Bye now.
Paul, 230 Hoydens.
Yes, that's me.
Hello, Paul. How are you today?
Okay, waiting for things to melt.
Okay.
I apologize for not getting through last time. I don't know if you had a chance to talk to Andrea Flynn, but I finally got in touch with her on Friday to find out why, and apparently I was using an old phone number, which I didn't know was changed because I checked the website to find what's the agenda, and I guess I looked too early in the week to find it. So I just went by the old number that was given to me weeks ago. So anyway, I did leave messages with all the departments that are represented there, and I even called across the way to HR there because I wasn't getting an answer on the old number, and I thought there might be a medical emergency, so I was going to ask them to stick their head out and see what's going on, but I just got a tape machine. I hung up. So by then it was close to 3 o'clock, so I figured the meeting was over. So I apologize
Paul, so I
for
guess
that.
What we're really asking about is what progress has been made with the property, if any?
Well, that's it. I'm in the process of, I was waiting for, after the last meeting, after the holidays, I talked with Andrea Flynn about the next step, which was for I was going to, as recommended at the December session, to contact the local authority, which is the health department, to find out if there was any monies or a way to waive the asbestos so I can go directly to taking down the building. And I didn't hear back. So in talking with other people and trying to get advice of what to do next, I was going to forget about trying to call the state DEEP or anyone else, and I want to go straight to the legislators, the local state reps, and find out from them the best course of action with my problem, which is funding the asbestos removal, or finding a way that someone could look over the report, the asbestos report, and maybe say, well, this can come under certain guidelines here, and it doesn't have to be done. The homeowner can go directly to demo, because I used the term last time, I think I couldn't do it back to back, meaning I couldn't put money into the asbestos removal. In fact, I wouldn't have enough money to do that, but I do have enough money or a source for funding to do the demo. The cost of doing both in succession is prohibitive right now. So what I'm looking for now, I guess, is some kind of state or federal grant to try to get something paid towards that mandate. And that's what I'll be working on next. I just wanted to let the board know that if they get phone calls or they in fact, I think would it be all right to copy Andrea Flynn on my emails going out to ask for this help, so that there's a ready reference in the file, so that say a couple of weeks from now, somebody, if they're looking for information, it'd be right, something would be in the file. I mean, I had a very nice conversation with Andrea Flynn last Friday, and kind of brought her up to date on things. One of the things she suggested was that I could borrow money, but what could I say in a public meeting? The property has, the title is not clear, let's put it that way.
Yeah. Okay.
And the property is actually underwater with the new evaluations coming out.
So, Paul, the couple things that you're going to have to do. So let me answer a couple of your questions. So the health department doesn't have any authority to waive an asbestos remediation. So that has to be completed, period. We don't have any authority there. There are two options. You remediate it prior to, if people are willing to go in there and do it prior to, or you remediate it during the demo, which is more expensive to do it that way, but it can be done.
Yeah,
so those are your two options. Paul, let me talk now. Paul, let me talk now.
I'm sorry.
These are your two options, okay? Then you have to look for, if you don't have the funds to do it all, you have to reach out to those agencies. We're not aware of any agencies that are offering, through the health department, offering remediation assistance at this point. What you can do is talk to Community and Economic Development, Mark Barnhard, and see if any of his programs apply. But that's the only sort of local source of funding that may be able to assist you with this. Outside of that, you would have to pursue this. So, in the interim, if this is going to take much longer, I think we need to look at something to make that property a little bit safer. It may be something, and I'll turn to the board members, similar to what we did at the old wood lumberyard factory, of just fencing the building off at a distance where, if anything was to ever fall down, that it would be sort of fenced off. If you think it's going to take you months, not weeks, to initiate the action.
No, I'm looking at weeks. Certainly as soon as the ground starts to thaw out.
Okay, so Paul, what we'll need is some confirmed action from you in terms of reaching out to either programs or other individuals that can assist you with securing the funding necessary to complete the abatement. You said you have the money for the demo, so you need money for the abatement. So we need to see action regarding emails. You can copy Andrea Flynn to put it in the file. Communications, applications, things like that need to be provided for us not to move to fines, which we don't want to do, but it's been a long time.
I understand that, and I thank the board for its patience. But when these things, the remediation estimates started coming in, I was bowled over. I was prepared for $1,000 to $3,000, not something at the high end at $3,000. It's 10 times that amount. I mean, it's and higher. It's not that I haven't been seeking information, in some type of, all the stuff that I'm doing is just phone calls and trying to find out information and waiting for people to call me back.
Okay. Well, we need documentation of action for us not to initiate fines. So any applications, any letters, any communications, any estimates, submit that to Andrea to be entered into the file for the property to justify us not going to fines. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Paul.
You're welcome.
All right. We'll move down to number 18, 447 Stratfield Road. Good afternoon, Ann.
Hello. Thank you all.
All right. So I believe last month we made a determination that because of the pool and the gazebo, more importantly, the pool being unsecured, that we determined it to be blight. I'm not sure if we've sent out communications to the property owner.
Yeah, we'd have to confer with Andrea Flynn, who's out today. But essentially, if it has gone out, we're still within the compliance period.
Correct.
So just to be sure I understand, I think the blight determination was actually made several months ago, in October or November, I think. So when notification goes out, or if it went out, is that part of a multi-step process? Is that notifying the owner that they need to be present at a meeting, or is that telling them that the property is blighted and they're now being fined, or they will be fined as of a certain date? I'm sorry, I'm not clear, or I should be, but
sure,
I realize I'm not.
To quickly go through the process, so we get a complaint, we investigate. If we feel it rises to the level where it may be considered blight, we have a hearing. The owner gets a notice of that hearing. That's an opportunity for them to come and explain the issues. Then we vote on whether it meets the criteria. Then we issue a notice of determination based upon that finding. That is sent to the owner. From when the owner receives it, they have 30 days to initiate some action in terms of work towards compliance. If they are continuously working towards compliance, then we will extend the time. If they fail to act, at some point after that 30-day period is expired, we would go to citation, which would be $100 a day fine. They have the opportunity to appeal that citation, and so there would be a hearing scheduled to appeal that citation if they so chose. And so that's the process. If they did appeal the hearing and if the hearing officer upheld our finding of that it continues to meet blight and and the citation is valid, then the finding would begin.
Okay, thank you. That's very clear. So the notice that either did go out or will go out would be the determination notice telling the owner that the property has been declared blighted. And,
that's correct.
And telling him that he has 30 days until he is fined, or is that what happens? Is that what's in that notice?
It's 30 days to initiate action at the property. So that's what he has to do,
Right,
just take
right,
some
okay.
action. It may result in fines if they simply ignore us. It may result in, the individual being given additional time based upon the information they provide us. If they're actively working on it, they have estimates, they're hiring somebody, we may extend the time.
Okay, thank you. That's very clear. So perhaps I can check back in a few days with whichever office. I guess it's the health department office, just
That's
to see
right.
if the notice went out. Okay.
Yep.
All right. I appreciate that. And just for your records, you may already be aware of this, but the property now has a for sale sign up. So the
saw
owner.
that today.
You did. Okay. So after so many years, I think he has realized that he's not going to sell this property to a. Well, anyway. All right. I appreciate this. Thank you. Is there any other way I can be helpful?
Thanks, Ian. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Ann.
Okay. All right. Stay safe.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
We'll go back to our...
Anybody else online? Just
Oh.
I don't have anybody. Has anybody else joined since the properties across Highway, Hoydens, and Stratfield that were discussed?
Well, this is Greg Miller. I was looking at number 10 and 11.
Okay. Hi, Greg. So 10 and 11. So,
well, that would be 20 Morehouse Highway
Yep.
and 83 Morehouse Highway.
Yep. I mean, I can answer to 83. I've been in communication with the gentleman representing the owner, and again, they didn't make the final repairs that I requested, that we as the board requested. That they make after last month's meeting, which was sort of blocking those the stairs from the back of that garage there. They blocked one side but not the other. And so I just haven't had a chance to, I was out there today just verifying that, and that I haven't had a chance to call the representative of the owner yet. So that was property. The 20 Morehouse Highway property, I don't think there's been much of a change there. I believe last month a citation was voted upon. Is that correct?
Yes, I believe he's now being fined.
You guys voted to start fining him.
Yeah.
That is correct.
At the last month. I don't think he's done anything on there.
Okay.
Yeah, no, and again, that's our authority, ultimately comes down to fining them, and that's what the process that has started. We don't have another tool in our arsenal to compel him to comply at this point, except for the fining. And so, but that does accrue significantly, so quickly.
So did you start to fine him last month, after last month's meeting?
I'd have to check the files and talk to the board, the recording secretary for the board, but I believe that was the intent of what was them to get a citation notice and the fines to start. And again, he would have an appeals process available to him for that as well. We might have to go through that.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome, sir.
Okay, so we've taken care of now 10 and 11. Is there anyone else on the line? Anyone else on the line? Okay, go back to number 3. Any additional communications?
I've had none.
I've had none.
None?
No? Okay. Old business, number 4, condemnation, 92 Grassmere. I believe we're waiting on an appeal. We have yet to schedule a date due to the pandemic and the weather.
Yep. I know Andrea's been
Yep.
in touch with Ray
Okay.
Dusky on that and trying to set that up.
I've actually talked to the property owner today. He's aware of the matters. He's had some difficulties recently, so I actually thought he'd be calling in today as well for discussion. But that's an appeal anyway, so 1180 Oldfield.
I did talk to the owner of that property. Again, just he's it's had some health concerns of late. He did make some significant repairs to address the issues that the board requested of him. Given the snow and his recent health issues, I'm fine with giving him a little bit more time.
Okay. Is it worthy of removing him from condemnation and leaving him on blight?
I don't know how he got on condemnation. I think that's maybe a typo on that, because I don't remember talking about condemnation with him.
Okay.
I think that might be a miscommunication between that and one on Stilson.
All right, so Phil, you're making a motion to move 1180 Oldfield from condemnation to blight?
Yeah,
that's not condemnable.
Right.
In
Okay.
any regard.
I'll second that motion.
Okay. So all in favor?
I would
Yes.
vote in favor of that also.
As am I. So no other old business in regards to condemnation. Any new business?
I have none.
None? Okay. Going back to number 6 now, old business blight, 1019 Fairfield Beach Road.
So I have been in communication with the contractor. He is getting a demolition contractor online. I spoke to him this morning, so I'd like to give him a little bit of time to get that down. It is a little tricky because the property actually overhangs the neighbors. So, getting the right contractor is the right thing here. So I'd be in favor, if the board is, to extend it another month.
Okay.
I would, if you're making a motion, I would second that motion as well. I've also been in touch with, I believe it was the property owner who mentioned that
Mr. Ganem?
Mr. Yester, who would be calling in with a set of plans as well as he'd like to move forward as well.
Okay.
You have a set of plans?
No, I do not. He said he was going to provide.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll send that. 92 Grassmere Ave.
Talked about.
Again, we talked about. He has an appeal. 383 Hunyadi. It was just the vehicles, and in this time I was not able to swing by just for registration purposes. As I mentioned last month, I believe all, if not maybe one, that was checked on. There was a vehicle in front that's no longer there. This had to do with the boat and the jet skis.
Okay.
So we could either keep them on or until we confirm registration.
Yeah, I think we got to confirm that before we can take it off, so it just doesn't come back on.
Okay. Carry it over?
Yep.
All right. 114 James Street.
Yeah, I went by there today. The front has been cleaned. The B side, the north side of the building has been cleaned. All cars have been removed. There's still debris in the back, and the side steps are still a mess. So it looks to me as though the building is being addressed, and I'd sure like to let him have another month. But I think, once the weather breaks, we should really push him into finishing that up.
Okay.
I'd be in favor of, holding it over.
Okay. Held over.
Great. Looks a lot better.
Number 770 Jennings Road.
Yeah, I was out there today.
No update, no change.
Nothing.
No, and I think it's worse. I don't know if anybody was in the backyard, but there's a vehicle in the backyard. There's all sorts of stuff going on. Is that a rental, do we know, or owner-occupied? Do we know?
Do not know.
I don't think we've looked into that.
Okay. But yeah, that place needs, some serious attention.
Well, I think they're due to get a determination, and so that'll start the process there.
Okay, good. Yeah.
I haven't seen anything change there, so.
Okay.
Determination, yes.
Good.
388 and 390 Knapp's Highway. This was the RV in the rear. I did confirm that is registered and parked. So.
Okay. So we can take that off? That's the only violation there?
That's the only thing. I mean, besides it being a little dirty, I mean, if they decided to clean it up, I don't think there'd be much of a complaint.
All right. So I'll make a motion to remove that from the agenda because there's no violation.
So remove 8.
Remove 8.
Beautiful.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
All right. All righty. Number 9, 53 Marion.
Yep, Marion is still boarded up windows. They put plywood on a garage. They still have a stop work order, and I've had no contact with anyone. So we should proceed to wherever we are, fining or I'm not sure where we are. So.
Well, I believe
We're in these last minutes.
I know we had to reissue the determination on that one.
Okay.
Light determination notice with 30 days to clean up.
To clean up the property. Okay, so that was sent, I assume. So we should check up on that.
Yep, we'll have to follow up on that one.
Okay.
Good.
Follow up. Skip down to Old Oaks, which is currently, I believe, appealing.
Yep, no progress there.
Okay. Yeah, I drove by that one too and confirmed no progress. Keep that one on. 1180 Oldfield, we already spoke about.
Yep.
Number 1472 Roseville.
Roseville has a standing permit. They have been issued for a demolition, but no demolition has begun.
They have a demo permit?
Well, they do, but they're not, I'm not sure that we should allow that to, it's still, they haven't taken it down. So I'll try to make an email contact with the owner, and let him know that he is still under blight. Just the permit doesn't stop the blight, I don't think. But again, neighbors are complaining and it looks a mess.
Yep. All right, so you're going to reach out to the owner?
I'll reach out to him. If he doesn't get it down this month, we will find out where he is and begin the fines. That'll push him into getting it down.
Okay.
This is also, I believe, the one others were reporting to us that additional material was being brought in.
Yeah, there was stuff behind the garage that wasn't there in the past, so that was...
Okay.
I spoke to the owner, and he does have a permit. I don't know what the holdup is. I will check the dates on it.
All right. 60 Steep Hill, cars and debris.
Yeah, I think the debris, from last month, the debris wasn't there or not any significant debris enough to rise to the level of blight. The car, I believe, on the cul-de-sac there, or the dog leg off that road, I think was referred to zoning as, inoperative car parked in the street. So I think that's where we left that one. I haven't heard from zoning.
Okay. We'll just keep it on until we hear back, perhaps. All right. 79 Stevenson Road.
I was up there today. The tree is missing, but he's still in blight. Windows are still messed. The roof has holes in it. Steps are missing. Doors are boarded up. So it is definitely in a blightable condition, although he has removed the tree.
Okay. Windows, you said?
There's a window boarded up here.
Yeah, there's the front window has plywood. The two side entrances have locked up doors. The roof now, because of the tree, in probably 4 or 5 locations have puncture wounds. So it will be getting worse. Not going to get any better with water infiltration.
All right, but I think we've made the determination ready, and I have to check on whether the letter went out to the owner.
Good.
That owner was usually pretty responsive in the past.
At least they got the tree out of there, so that's a big neighborhood.
Forward. Moving forward. Remove the tree.
I know, but it's been sitting there for years.
Okay. 222 Stilson.
I'm not sure where we are. I called the owner 2 or 3 times, told him we were going to begin the fines. He seemed very concerned, but I've had no response from him in regard to a fix or a demo. And
okay.
He's just doesn't live here, lives in Easton.
I'll make a motion that we move towards citing the property.
I think we have already, didn't we? Cite him already, or
says February.
Says we're going to decide it at the February meeting.
I don't know if anybody's been there recently. I mean, the owner told me he fixed the roof, but the windows are still a mess, and I don't think that it's, worried about the water infiltration that was in the building for years and years, and I don't know the condition of the floors. I don't want a fireman going in there. That was a concern.
Right. That was the concern too from our end.
If they had to fight that as a fire,
yep.
there would be concerns about getting up there. So.
And the hole in the roof was right next to the
it could
power
drain
line
down.
coming in. So,
yeah.
I will second that motion.
All right. Any further discussion, I guess?
Tom, any discussion?
No.
No. Okay. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
I'm going to pass on that.
All opposed?
Okay.
Abstain?
Pass.
Okay.
Abstain.
Abstention 1. So 2-1. 2-0. 1. All right. We talked about 447 Stratfield already. 299 Zost. So
it's, again, we didn't vote this to be a blighted property, so the vote failed last week. So I did speak with the owner. She was cleaning up the boxes that she had put down. The snow has come. I haven't been able to sort of verify if that's all cleaned up. Other than that, there's just, there's nothing really that meets the criteria for blight other than those boxes there. I think this is one that, it didn't pass. I think we can, doesn't really meet the criteria, really shouldn't be on the agenda, but I will continue to work with the owner to try and clean up the property.
I also stopped and spoke with the homeowner as well, and, she provided additional information in regards to the surveying of the yard, et cetera. So with the snow, I didn't see any cardboard. I did see the certain sections of fence, but I also don't see it as a significant blight issue.
Can we remove it?
Well, it doesn't have to be on our agenda.
It does
Good.
not.
Let's get it off.
So do we need a motion to remove this item from?
Well, we didn't vote it.
We didn't
vote it, so it's just on there as a reminder to us, that there's, just she needed to clean up those boxes along the property line and try to get rid of some of the debris that she had there in the yard, but it doesn't really rise to that level.
Okay.
Okay.
So number 19 removed. Number 20 is 280 Tuckahoe, currently being fined. It's been currently fined for a long amount of time.
Yep.
So I spoke with him again today. I let him know that, the current status is you're currently being fined. Let him know about the back window being open, which he was kind of surprised about. He said he'll take care of that within the next couple of days. Talked about the concrete block, but he's still being fined.
Yep.
So.
Okay. Yep. And there's some graffiti on the left side of the house now. Somebody's painted something there.
Okay.
So.
Well, no further action there. Continue to number 7, new business.
I have none.
I have none. Tom, nothing?
No.
We already kind of talked about old business. Any additional old business we need to discuss?
I have none.
I just have one real quick thing. If you remember, some time ago, maybe a year, 2 years ago, there was a 2-family on Garden Drive. I got a quick. Now, there's no addresses on it, but it's a vacant 2-family. Remember, Sands in the back. There was some work going on a couple of years ago. So I just got a quick, hey, could you do me a favor, drive by? There's no addresses on them, so I have to look that up. But it's certainly a concern. Again, a vacant 2-family. It was on before. Nobody's there. Nobody's, shoveling or anything. So I just have to look up the addresses. I just did a quick drive-by. People in the neighborhood are concerned. So. But I will get the address.
Hi, this is Greg Miller. Can I ask a quick question?
Mr. Miller, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Pardon me?
Mr. Miller, go ahead.
I kind of missed the part about 20 Morehouse Highway. Are they being fined?
That is something that we're going to have to look into.
Yeah, we voted on it to start the fines last month. We just have to confirm
Yeah.
with the recording secretary if the notice of citation was issued to the property owner.
Oh, okay, yes. I know you voted on it.
Yep.
I was on the call, so I just,
Yep.
he's not done anything, so I just wasn't sure. Thank
Yep.
you.
Sure.
All right,
Okay, so no other calls, motion to adjourn?
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, the time is 2:35, and the meeting has concluded.
All right, so let me just do this. Start.
You're offline?
Not yet.